Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Michael here again from GuitarGate.com. And how many of you spotted that lick in there? So that one is such a cool addition to such a cool song that I'm sure all of you are going to cover at some point in your lives when you're in a band. This is Long Train Runnin' by the Doobie Brothers. Now there's a lot of different parts, especially in the recorded version of this tune, which make it kind of hard to cover. If you're one guitar or two guitars or three guitars, you got lots of different options. So this is not going to be a note for note type of thing. This is just going to be an overview of the key parts of the tune and showing you some things you might not have thought about or that you could get if you get the opportunity to. So the main vibe of this tune is that heavy funk rhythm, and you're going from F to what becomes G minor 7. This main thing right here, what you're doing here is this is G minor 7, right? This is a B flat triad, but with a G in the bass. So it's F to what would be its 4 chord, B flat, but with G in the bass, you get this suspended G minor 7 thing. Now the key to this is really being strong with your picking hand. Now you can do this with fingers, it doesn't have to be with the pick, but you want to really be aggressive with it because as a guitar player you're going to be starting this tune and you got to be right on top of it. So I find the best way is just to keep this moving and really flick that wrist. Now, the one thing you're going to have to do is when it goes to the end of each part, the guitar is going to, with the pinky, add in this F. That's going to get that goes into the next part. Now, if you're the second guitar player, or if you just want to do something really cool, there's that second part which is just so sweet, which is that. Now again, it's not exact, but you're doing the same thing. You're taking a piece of G minor to F. Remember, that's the whole point of this tune, is that G minor to F, right? Back and forth. So this is, and then back to another piece of G minor. You can do this a few different places. G minor, right? Because this is your triad there. Again, the importance of knowing triads. To F. To, right, that F and that D to get that, basically, that's that piece of that B flat minor. So you can get that basically anywhere you want, right? Those are your basic parts. Now, when it goes to the 4 chord, it's C minor 7. Except, again, this is that suspended thing. It's that B flat, you're hammering on that E flat, right? And you get that. Now, if you listen to just one guitar part, you're not going to hear the rhythm really change. But if you listen to both together, you get the acoustic part and the electric part. And if you put them together, you get this other kind of push. Listen, check this out. If you're coming from see how that kind of switches? You want to practice making that switch very obvious, that the rhythm changes. Now again, I'm combining parts. If you want to be real slick, you can get this higher part and get this while you do it, It's pretty hard to do to get right. But the point is, you want to make sure that when you go to that C minor 7 part, and you're hammering on that, it's in contrast to the. Now, here's the part which everybody gets wrong. I was playing it wrong for, 5 years. And before I made this video, I was like, you know what? It just doesn't sound right. I'm going to go and I'm going to listen to the record. I'm going to watch it, play it live, and I'm going to watch some other instructional videos. And what I found out was that this part, I had always been playing E flat, right? So that would be your flat 6 major, your dominant, down to D7, which would be your 5, but sussing it with your pinky and then lifting it up, and then going back into that. But that's not what it does exactly. Check this out. It goes E flat 7, but then just the bass note descends. Not this whole chord, and you reach that with the pinky. You get... Now, it's hard to tell whether or not the rest of the strings are ringing out, and you get that weird, like, I don't know, 11th chord or something like that, or it's just these two and the bass note, but then that goes down. So what you're really looking for is, instead of you're looking for that whole dyad, right? That both notes to descend. You're essentially trying to achieve the same thing as when you go from, right, just here. So it's, see? And then it's back into the, now, if you're a second guitar player, you can play it up here if you want. You can go, and same deal, drop the root, and let those two notes come back down to it. If you're in open position, right? There's your E flat dominant. Drop the root to a D, but now you have to bring this up to make this G, full G minor, and then finish it with D7. So, right, it's pretty slick, isn't it? So you can do all those neat little parts. The only other part is you have this suspension where it goes to this C minor 7 before the break with a little lick, right? So it does that same, and then, right, you can do it there, you can do it there, and then a little, and then once it subsides and it's really quiet and you feel like the crowd is just like, oh my gosh, where's the next part? Then come in as hard as you can, you know, and that's how you bring it back in. And then it stays on that 1 for the whole rest of the song. And if you have a harmonica player, you can take a lead. If you're a guitar player, you can take a lead. And if you do that, again, you're just thinking basically G minor. You can think G minor pentatonic. If you want to suss it out a little more, you can go back and forth between that B flat and that F. You know, so think G minor. You know, kind of go back and forth. And on a rhythm side, what I always like to do when we finish the tune to make it end even bigger is just to take that main thing, right? Again, you're just going from G minor to F. It always goes down to the F. This is the song of that suspension. And just bring it down here, you know. And that's just a really fun way to end it nice and huge. Remember, if you guys are not familiar with this channel, this is not note for note. This is a practical guitar lessons channel where we talk about how to cover tunes and have fun with them and tackle them, whether you're one person or you're in a 10-piece band. So if you like this style of lesson, please drop a hashtag learn the song in the comments. Let me know another one that you'd like to hear, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Make sure you check this one out and try it in your band.